This video is going to show you how to use equations but with 2 steps, hence multi-step. We're going to focus on adding only to save any confusion. But what you do need to remember is that the sign changes as you move the variable over the equal sign. Now what that means is a variable can be a letter or a number, okay? So it could be an X or it could be a 4, for example. Okay, so that's what a variable is. These are variables. So I'm going to do an example first. So I'm actually going to do a hard one to start with, and then hopefully the rest of it will be easy for you. I know that sounds a bit weird, but if you could do this, you'll be able to do the rest, no problem. Right, okay, so that's the question. Looks scary, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, you're going, why is there so many letters? What was supposed to do with the X? No, remember what I've just told you. These are variables, remember? And the sign changes the plus. Shouldn't really put that there, but the plus or the minus. That's what the sign means. Plus or the minus. Okay? And it goes over the equal sign. So, let's see if I've explained this well enough for you guys to understand it. But what I do, you don't have to do it this way. When you've understood it, you might do it the opposite way. But what I tend to do is take over anything to the other side. That is the biggest. So, for example, let's look at these variables first. Now, remember, the objective with an equation is to get whatever letter it is, in our case it's the X, on its own. And that's been said on my previous videos, the basic videos, where it's just one equation. If you're not sure what I mean at this point, you really need to go back and look at some of my basic algebra solving equation videos, okay? So what I do is I take everything over to the biggest number first. So I'm now going to take this 3x over this equal sign. So it sits at the 5x. So now I'm going to have 5x. And that's going over the equal sign. At the moment, that's obviously a plus. If it was a negative, it would have a negative in front of it. Like that one. I'm going to switch that and it's going to go all the way over and become a negative. Because it says in the rules, the sign, plus or minus, must change when the variable goes over the equal sign. So that's what we've just done. We've just done them 3 steps. It's a plus. As it goes over the equal sign, we're going to change its sign, which is, it turns into a negative. And then you have it, the variables now are together. They've got to be together. They've got to match. So now we've got 5x minus 3x, which is 2x, minus 1. And we've got the 5 here. So remember, we need to get the letter on its own. So now we've matched the letters together, which is our x's, we now need to match up our numbers. So minus 1 is now going to go all the way over here. It's a minus. It's going over the equal sign. It's a variable. So it's going to become, yeah, you're right. It now becomes a plus, okay, which is 6. And as you know, this just looks normal, like normal algebra, and it's a divide. I'm going to divide it by 2. So x equals 3. There you go. There's all bits and pieces in there. But now we're going to go over to just adding only. And you'll probably find this easier, but it's still the same concept. So I'm just going to change my pen at this point because I don't really like the blue. So let's start down here. We'll go 4x plus 1 equals 2x plus 7. So put your equal sign in first there if you want, just to clarify your signage until you get used to it. Let's get all the variables on their own. So I'm going to take that 2x over. It's obviously a plus, so it's going to be a negative. Write that there. Negative 2x plus 1 equals 7. Messed up there. So 4x minus 2x. Hopefully you'll know that means 2x plus 1 equals 7. Okay? Now I want to get all the numbers together because we want to get x on its own. So it's going to be 7. It's a plus. It's going to go all the way over the equal sign. And we're changing the sign. And it's become a negative. And weirdly enough, once divided, and it looks like a normal algebra question, x equals 3. That wasn't planned, but it's the same answer. On to the next one. We have 5x plus 4 equals 3x plus 16. So let's get our x's together. That's the biggest one. So I'm going to do 5x. I'm going to take this over. So it's a plus. We're going to take it over the equal sign. It's negative 3x plus 4 equals 16 so far. So we want to get x on its own. That's 2x. That's another 2x equals plus 4 equals 16. Now we want to get all the variables, which in this case, the numbers, on one side, so we can work out x. So it's going to be 16 subtract 4, because that's a plus, and becomes negative, which gives us 12. And then we have divide by 2 as usual. Well, divide as usual, sorry, it's not always going to be 2. 2 into 12 goes 6 times. Yeah. Another one, because I know you all like my examples. 7x plus 1 equals 2x plus 46. So 7x is the biggest one, so I'm going to take my little old 2 over. So that's 7x. It's a plus, becomes a negative. That's what we have left. 7x minus 2x is 5x, so we've got a different number for a change. Equals 46. And then you've got, let's get the variables, which in this case just numbers over. So that's going to be 5x equals 46 subtract 1, because that's gone over, which gives us 45. And divide 5 into 45 leaves us our x. So x equals 9. How are we doing? It's pretty good, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to do, what shall I do? What shall I do? Shall we do another adding? Yeah, I'm going to. We've got 2x plus 8 equals x plus 12. Same again. That's 1x, that's 2x. So I'm going to take that x over. Becomes minus plus 8 equals 12. So we know that 2x take x is x. So we've got our x on its own actually. Plus 8 equals 12. And then there's no dividing because we've already got x on its own. So x equals 12 subtract 8, which we know is 4. There you go. X equals 4. That's a nice one, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to do a question for you to do yourself. So the question is 2x plus 8. Well, no, it's not going to be that one because I've just done that one. Sorry. Okay. Let's check. Yeah, I'm done that one. Okay, so we'll do 2x plus 21 equals 4x plus 5. That's a question. I'll give you a hint. It doesn't matter which side the x is. If you see here that normally it goes that way. Yeah. But on my example, it went in that way. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So it's whichever way your brain works. So that's the question. And then I'm going to give you the answer. And the reason I'm going to give you the answer is because I want you to work it out yourself. And if you've done that and you get the right answer, bravo. Because you've done it and you've understood what I've been saying. So there's the answer. I'm not going to write it out. That's the answer. You've got to try and work it out yourself. Hope that helps. I'm going to be doing subtracting next, okay?